Alright, video I really shouldn't bother doing. Response video, Fringe elements. You know, Zom gets brought up the gun control thing and blah blah blah. And so yeah, they're just these racist lunatics who want to live in, I don't know, little tribes of crazy fuckery. Turn the whole world into that, and somehow everything will work out just fine. People won't exploit the hell out of each other, and the oil people won't exploit the corn people or the wheat people, or, you know, we'll all capitalize our resources. And then when things get desperate, of course, we'll just take our guns and steal the shit the other guys have and make rationalizations like, they're only dumb Indians, or some other kind of crap, and just steal their shit anyway. Yeah, that'll be just such a utopia. I mean, these people are, you know, you're saying they can't be this stupid. I mean, the whole racist thing is so stupid. Like, okay, let's prove that they're somehow broken people, and now we can discriminate against them instead of trying to acclimate with them. I mean, no rational person would say that about a disability. Like, if some kid was born with only one arm, you wouldn't sit there and say, well, tough shit, kid. Okay, we're not going to make anything easy for you. That's right. We're not going to try to even up the game at all. Just fuck you. I mean, we do say that in a lot of ways. I mean, we don't say you can still play baseball even though you got only one arm and you suck. No, we say, okay, you can't play baseball and you can't be an Olympic champion and you can't do this and you can't do that. And there's lots of rules where we don't help. And there's lots of ways we do help, and we say, yeah, okay, you know, we'll cut you a little bit of slack. A little bit, because we're okay. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes we're not complete assholes. So, I mean, even if you proved your idiotic, inane, stupid point that somehow these other races are broken and the Asians are the kick-ass people, right? Isn't that how it's going to work out in the end? The Asians win because they're smarter than everybody? Something like that. And everybody else just toadies around them and goes, okay, Mr. Asian, can I polish your feet now? Where does that shit go? It goes nowhere. It's completely fucked-hearted. You people are just complete assholes, and yes, I'm wasting time talking. All right, so anyway, I like to talk about civilization, right? And like this, just this image on this video is hilarious, because you're just thinking, I would love to see the reality show, you know, of Militia Man, the reality show. You know, where they all whining, I had to be lead guy the last time on patrol. Or, you know, they'd be bitching at each other and complaining, and they'll start shooting each other over women. And it would just be fucking hilarious. And so I thought of another show. Lifeboat. Okay? Yeah, so you have two lifeboats, right? So one lifeboat has one gun and one umpire guy, right? You just pick me, for example. Okay, I got the gun. And the only thing I'm obsessed about is, let's do this all fair, right? So I got a pad of paper, and we do a hell of a lot of voting. Everybody has a pencil and a piece of paper, and we vote about everything. And we talk about everything for hours. And the other lifeboat has 12 assholes with 12 guns, right? And they're all just, don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me, don't, you know, and that's how they're starting off, right? Because they got 12 guys in the boat, and they don't know what the fuck's in their heads. So they're all just sitting there, don't be throwing me off the boat first. Right, that's the premise of the show, right? The island is thousands of miles away, and they only have 2 gallons of water. And so now they're going to have to figure out how they're going to go from 12 to 3. Because guess what? It turns out only 3 people are going to make it to the island. And so now they have to negotiate. Yeah. And so let's see how the old gunboat works that out. There's going to be a hell of a lot of people just going to say, fuck you. They're going to play game theory. And they're going to say, how do I win? Well, I guess if I can shoot everybody else in the back, I win. Yeah, so they're going to be figuring out how they win, instead of figuring out how 3 people survive. And on Democracy Boat, yeah, they're going to be figuring it out. They're going to just sit there and have votes about, well, let's have a procedure for doing this, and let's be fair about this, and all that kind of crap. And so, yeah, you have to be a certain height, or you have to be a certain health, or you have to be a certain age, or some other kind of rational standard for deciding how we will attrition our way to the island. And so what boat would you rather be on? I mean, I guess it could be more entertaining on the crazy fuck boat. And especially if you have a little bit of a maniacal psychology and you don't even think about you being the victim, because all you people are a bunch of arrogant assholes who think you're going to win, which is funny in itself. These guys are going to win. I think I'd rather be on a boat that has some prospect of winning. And let's put something wonderful on the island, just to juice it up a little bit, like $1 billion trillion and 50 virgins and all the good stuff you could pile on an island. Yeah, put that shit on the island so that there's a huge incentive to get at least 3 guys to that fucking island so that shit doesn't all spoil. I mean, you got a ton of food laid out, you got a ton of good stuff, and you want all the girls going lesbian. It's a huge waste if you just squander all those goodies because you can't be grown-ups. So yeah, make it that way. But anyway, yeah, this whole civilization thing has to be built, okay? There's no such thing as your anarchy paradise. There's no such thing as, oh yeah, divided we win, not fall. That somehow we win by being divided. Like that's a winning strategy. Division wins. No, it doesn't win. It fails dismally. It doesn't even work on fucking pirate ships. It doesn't work anywhere. I mean, they keel haul you. I mean, mutiny is like the highest crime. You idiots just don't get how the game is played at all. You don't get what a game is and what makes a good game. And so, yeah, I think this game sucks, okay? Because our democracy is broken, and assholes like you don't have proper representation. You should have a crazy little congressman in your little white robes, doing your whatever, your crazy ass salutes and wearing your little whatever sparkly crazy fuck ring. You should have that right. You should have a wacky congressman so everybody in the fucking country can humiliate it perfectly and properly. A nice public expose it for what it is. Just like on Lifeboat, everybody would be like giving dirty looks to the shithead who keeps voting no on everything. But that's what the guns shit is, okay? It's basically saying, I want a veto. Right? This asshole is just basically admitting that, no, the only reason why we want all of these guns and armaments is because we want to fight the government. We want to protect ourselves from the government, blah, 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 blah. And so, to me, essentially, you're admitting you're traitorous bastards, okay? You're basically swearing your oath to the Confederacy, and we should take appropriate actions because guess what? We beat the Confederacy. And so, essentially, you're traitoring to a country, a nation we already defeated. So I think that makes you pretty much a war criminal. You didn't properly surrender, okay? Lee surrendered. You lost the war, and now you're violating the terms of the surrender. So I think we should just take care of you, properly, and put you on lifeboats. Really. It's just, you're just saying, how can people be this immature, this philosophically thin in understanding anything that's required to have something called a good game to play, to be a player in a good human game. And like I said, I don't like the game as it's structured. It's really, really colossally broken. Every motherfucker who thinks 800% taxes on cigarettes is okay should I don't know, they should be crushed under their own fat. The stupid pigs. The tyranny of the majority is disgusting. The majority has no sense of responsibility, no sense of caution or respect, no sense of obligation to justify what the fuck it does. And so, yeah, the majority should have its ass fucking slapped hard with like a nail in a 2x4. But this isn't how you do it. You're not going to do it with this gun nut crud. Really, this kind of talk just makes me say, well, look, I have no vested interest. I don't need a gun. I don't want a gun. You don't even want me with a gun. Because, yeah, if I show up at your militia meeting, I'm probably going to shoot you fuckers. Because you're all fucking wacko. I don't want to live in your fucking pig farm world, you fucking lunatics. Give all the money to the rich. Yeah, we don't like taxes. Don't tax people for owning. That would be silly. Give them more stuff so they own everything. We'll have the choice, though, to buy somewhere else at twice the price because it's that's the way it's going to work. When monopolies own everything, they can undercut everybody because they have huge advantages. And nobody could take them on unless they got zillions of dollars in the bank and can lose money like Hearst for 10 years. But yeah, let's create that world too, where Hearst and Google run everything. I mean, you're just so fucking stupid. Ugh. Alright, anyway, let's read some of this shit. Alright, gun control is vague and missed the point. Who is to be disarmed? Civilians or non-civilians? Civilians. Well, yeah, I guess who's going to be disarmed? The police or the criminals? Well, yeah, let's try to disarm the criminals. And I include people who decide they don't like paying another penny at the post office and decide to go shoot one up or something. I include them in the list of things called criminals. Assholes who say, I'm going to veto that law with my individual 1 in 300 million vote veto. Fuck you. Yeah, really, fuck you. And so it is more precisely civilian disarmament. Okay, fine. Yeah, exactly. Voter disarmament. Let's disarm the voters. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It's okay with me. If you want to vote, you do it honestly. You say, I want to go into the fight. I want to go into the arena. I want to go into the battle of ideas, and I'll do it honorably. I won't go onto the soccer field with a fucking knife in my pocket. Yeah, that makes sense. I won't go into the boxing ring with brass knuckles in my glove. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The purpose of an armed population is to act as active resistance against laws people don't agree with. Active resistance against laws people don't agree with. Right, so again, we're back on Lifeboat, where everybody has their individual veto. So we all can just say, I don't like that law. So nothing ever gets built because it's always going to happen in somebody's backyard. Nobody agrees about anything. Everybody just shoots each other. And that's the wonderful paradise you are offering humanity. And silly. I don't even know what these people, they probably just, they drink their food. What the fuck are you idiots thinking? Oh, so stupid. It encourages legal autonomy and self-determination. Well, whatever. No, it encourages hysterical overreactions, insane, draconian, might makes rightisms. It encourages what we are, which is selfish, insane assholes, to just shiv each other in the back. Win game theory, the simplest way to win game theory. Just wipe out the other players. You win. Shit, I mean, it's rape and pillage. It's monarchy. This is how you build a monarchy, with exactly that statement. Just get rid of everything that's going to stop you. Get rid of anything else that has anything like power, and you win. It encourages legal autonomy and self-determination and weakens the ability of government agencies to enforce a uniformity of law and taxation. Well, again, so he doesn't even want uniformity of law. I mean, if we had uniformity of law, that might even kick ass. I mean, if they were taxing fatty food at 800%, and they were taxing all the other vices like alcohol that kills all these people and all that shit at 800% tax, well, then we'd have uniformity of law, all right, and then I could say, okay, it's a fair fight. These are things we're going to torture each other with the law. So, okay, that makes sense. But it's not uniform, and that's the real problem. So if we had uniformity, we'd have something. So you don't even, you're against them enforcing uniformity, which would be the real good game. A nice uniform, like an umpire's uniform, game. A nice umpired game. A fair cop. And you're against that. They want to impose a fair cop. Well, I'm endorsing that. The fact that they haven't done it yet is the problem, and that's worthy of complaint. But this isn't a solution, you idiot. Anyway, I mean, that's just hilarious. People who oppose an armed population also tend to oppose secession. Well, yeah. Logically, that would make sense that, I don't, like I said, I don't even take secession that seriously, right? I mean, it's just as silly as the armed population in the sense that we're just going to waste suffering, just going to waste just create conflict for no good reason, what possible advantage could there be to secession? What possible advantage could there be to create more fences, more borders, more claims of ownership? How do any of us win in a game like that? Oh, because we're going to somehow have the better team. You know, our team somehow is going to win the day, and then we'll become the Incas or something. Well, what the fuck's your plan? So once you break into a bunch of little groups, it's your plan that you'll be so great that you'll take over everything else and become a conglomerate, and then everybody will have to secede again so they can become a conglomerate again. Is that that you just keep moving between those two things, like some sort of evolution thing? So just kill off 1 million kids, you know, lay 1 million eggs, have most of them die and suffer and do all that crap, so 2 of them can survive and just play the game all over again? Yeah, you're retarded. Oh, man. People who, okay, blah, blah. Whether or not it is a calculated tyranny or knee-jerk reactions to how they've been conditioned to respond to various issues. Well, conditioned to respond to thinking about the fact that, oh, I better not piss off my neighbor because he might be a lunatic with a fucking gun. So, yeah, I guess I can't call him a stupid asswipe. Because, yeah, he might be a lunatic and he might shoot my fucking kids. Yeah, so we'll all just stay the fuck away from each other. We'll all just assume every other asshole on the lifeboat has got a gun, and so we'll basically say, how the fuck can I avoid that asshole? How can I not interact with that shithead? How can I avoid that shithead? And every time we have a fender bender, we'll fucking take off and get away as fast as possible because the fucking lunatic might go hysterical and start shooting me up. Right, we will avoid each other completely. We'll just abolish the concept of sidewalks and public businesses and everything else because everybody will be a psychotic lunatic trying to figure out who the fuck's going to shoot them next. Yeah, and we can all hire, like, you know, if we're stupid enough to have a kid, we can all hire like 15 people to provide constant armed guards around them because of all these lunatics with guns. Yeah, that makes life so much better. And what's the line you would draw here? You know, I mean, really. I mean, how much personal mayhem devicery do you think humans are really entitled to? You know, this handgun thing. Well, what now? I'm sure the Army has lasers on their handguns now that do actually blind the other guy. You know, that if they hit their eye, it will blind them. I'm sure they're not worried about the laser sight blinding the things they're pointing at. You know, so is that the next phase of technology? You know, maybe we could shoot viruses into their eyes, you know, and give them a disease that they'll spread to everybody else. I mean, what can we put in a handgun? I mean, movies have handguns that do all kinds of wacky shit, you know. So is there no end just because we call it a handgun? So it could be a hand bazooka, technically, but we just call it a gun instead. Hand cannon. Grenade launcher, gun. Same difference, right? I mean, it's just this whole attitude of yours that you don't want to live in civilization. You don't want just a right to vote, a right to speak, and a right to vote. You don't think that's good enough. You know, that would be the ideal, sort of, I mean, we could probably both agree that would be really kick-ass to have a good democracy, a good place to voice your grievances, a mechanism of civil justice, like a court that was independent and wasn't just a fucking toady to two-party system. Yeah, that would be excellent. Maybe we can get that. Maybe we should work for that instead of talking this insane, divisive nonsense about, well, I don't want to live in, you know, Niggertonia. Knee-jerk. Yeah, you're a fucking ankle jerk, you're a toe jerk, you're a fucking neck jerk, you're every kind of fucking dick jerk there is. You're just a jerk all the fucking way down. It's jerk all the way down. Conditioned to respond. Oh yeah, I'm conditioned by what? Oh, that's right, I did some imagining inside my head of what it would be like to live in Gunville. And I said, oh, shit, that's not a good idea. Everybody shows up at the town council meeting with their 6-shooter and says, you ain't passing no laws. Fuck you. I said so. Veto Man. I'm Veto Man. I mean, fuck you. Anyway, conditioned response to various issues and to hate rule whites. Yeah, no, hate ignorance, okay? I don't care whether the guy who's stupid is black or white or brown or green or whatever. I don't care. Stupid fucks. We all should hate stupid fucks. That should be the plan. Let's all hate on stupid people till they wise the fuck up. Yeah, and at least, know a few thousand communication words. I don't care what language you speak, but at least know a few thousand of them. A few hundred? Anyway. It's not important, the effect is the same. Zombie-like, brain dead. I don't know why this word isn't going to work for me, but it's just not working. I don't know what that is. Irredentism. I don't know what that is. Alright. My bad. I guess I'm on the list. I've got to learn some more words. Oops. My bad. So maybe I shouldn't go by back. Vocabulary probably shouldn't be the standard. It's just that English thing pisses me off. If I moved to China, I wouldn't expect that I just go walk around all day and say, "Where the white women at?" I would expect I would have to learn how to go num jum 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 chow. I'd have to learn some of their lingo so I didn't offend the fuck out of them every 5 minutes. And that I'd be able to do the simplest things like walk on the right side of the sidewalk because I could read the fucking signs. I mean, I would expect that would be my fucking obligation if I moved to somebody else's fucking country, that I would try not to be a goddamn gum-chewing fucking moron menace and actually learn how to function in the society I've decided to spill my pupe into. That I've puked into. That I would think that maybe I have an obligation not to be some sort of obscene jackass walking around like a blind lunatic. Where do I go? What do I do? Why don't you people speak Spanish? Oh, we don't speak Spanish because we don't live in fucking goddamn Spain, you retard. No. Nothing personal. It's just that it pisses me off. But I wouldn't pick up a gun and shoot somebody over it. I'm not going to play this video. He's a retard. Well, I'll play it. I got through 20 seconds. I said, oh, man, this guy's just such a... Why are you so stupid? I mean, can't you just think for a minute? Just think about it and say, gee, am I going to want to talk absolute nonsense like this when I'm like 50? I mean, just think about how it... I mean, you can't understand that this particular weird, perverse fetish you have, you should really try to migrate to fucking something in the range of human life or something. I mean, this is disgusting, this whatever you're into here. This is so stupid. You know how big a waste of your life this is? Advocating for moron whites?
And being able to override the results of an election outcome or some sort of law that people in state congresses decide upon, being able to override those things with direct resistance. You can think of it like militia nullification, right? We know how, for example, jury nullification, where if you're on a jury, you can decide that you oppose the law that someone is being prosecuted under and simply find him innocent, right? That is jury nullification, and you are allowed to do that. And don't let it, so if you're in a courtroom, be sure to abide by jury nullification, right? Be sure to know that you can decide that if you don't think the law is a good law, you can just find the person innocent. Anyway, but this is kind of like militia. Yeah,
and that's kind of a civil disobedience. That's what that is. It's civil. It's within a framework of, okay, that sucks. Okay, it kind of breaks our whole democracy if you're going to do that all the time. But okay, every now and then maybe we're going to have to deal with that because we can't prosecute anybody under this stupid, idiotic law because no one will convict. But it does sort of just fuck the whole idea of what we're trying to accomplish. I mean, if everybody's veto, and again, you can be on that little veto lifeboat with everybody with their little veto, and I'm telling you, nothing's going to get accomplished. Not a motherfucking thing is going to get done, and you're all going to die on that fucking boat. You won't accomplish anything, ever. Because no one's going to let go of their power. And you know it. Because everybody's a selfish cunt.
Nullification. In opposition to the law, non-compliance with guns and the threat of guns. The point Zomgits makes is that there is no way a bunch of random people with guns will be able to defeat an organized state army. For example, if, the U.S. federal government decides to send in the 1st Airborne, and the division commander of the 1st Airborne agrees to go in and agrees to follow the orders, then, the militia is obviously screwed, right? And that's true. But that's not the point. If the army gets involved, it's over. The point is for the civilians to be able to outgun police.
Oh, yeah, well, that's just hilarious. To outgun police. So, yeah, you kill a few cops, and then everything goes insane, and we have crazy, even worse laws. I mean, haven't you seen how that works in real life? Because cops are some sort of sacred fucking totem pole of perfection or something. Everybody's fucking licking their stupid, short, little, tiny dicks. That one of them gets shot in the line of duty, and, and they die at a rate lower than people in coal mines, and they're less heroic than goddamn fucking girls running away from fucking spiders in most cases. They're shooting people with fucking he pointed his cell phone at me and we shot 46 rounds at his fucking door. Yeah, fuck cops. Okay, but every time one of these fucking cops gets shot is when everybody goes hysterical and says, oh, wow, we got to blah, 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 blah. We need more law. We need plastic shields and we need Pope-mobiles and we need all this bullshit. So fuck that shit if you think that's going to work. You go ahead and shoot some cops and then see how fast it'll be that the military just comes in and cements over your whole fucking... You want a state? We'll give you a state. Shoot a few cops and then we'll just cement over you. I mean, it's just stupid. No, you're an idiot. There's just no point. Too stupid. Anyway, I'm not gonna get bothered wasting my time with this kind of nonsense. I'm not for gun laws for one reason. Right? They're not going to work. So fuck it. There's just no point. People are maniacal assholes. They're going to just keep playing with this mess. I'm for forcing every gun should have a serial number embedded, right through the metal. Like if you press it the right way, they have to cut the barrel off to get rid of the fucking serial number. Yeah, so they all should be identified. And whoever bought the gun, who paid to have it manufactured, essentially, that person has it registered. And he's responsible. So whatever happens with that gun, if somebody gets killed in a crime with that gun, then yeah, whatever. It's a $100,000 fine or something. You pay. You pay for your ownership. You pay for the implications of what you create, what you finance in society. You vote to let polio loose, to give polio a chance to get loose. Then yeah, anybody who votes to give polio a chance to get loose, yeah, you pay for it. You fuckers. Pay for your silly, fucktarded, retarded, goddamn short dick syndromed compensator. And that's all your gun is. You have little tiny wieners, you can't deal with it, so you have to buy yourself a gun to think you have some sort of power and control. Well, that's your brand of Prozac. You pay for it, fucker. Okay, that's all. I'm just saying, keep your fucking gun out of my fucking face, you fucking cunts. And if you put it in my face, or you put it in my sister's face, or you put it in some victim's face, I say, we're going to fuck you up. That would be fair justice. You get fucked up if your fucking gun gets in somebody else's face. Keep it in your own face, keep it up your own fucking ass, shoot your own fucking wife. But as soon as you take it outside, fuck you. Yeah, she has to actually be your wife. You can't shoot an ex-wife. Okay, so yeah, you can shoot your own wife, though. Yeah, if she's stupid enough to live with some asshole with a gun, then yeah, shoot her. But no shooting your ex-wife. You pay for that one. Fucking idiots. You're fucking idiots. I don't want to live in civilization. I want to live on gun nut. Yeah, glub, drown. You're going to live on a lifeboat at the bottom of the sea, you fucking idiots. You're already buried on the ash heap of history. You really are. All you fucking lunatics, every single one of you that ever existed is already on the ash heap of history. You stupid fucks.